Okay, welcome to the stream, ladies and gentlemen. Um, we're live. Welcome back to another watch party. It is the Nets taking on the Knicks. Um, this is an important game because not only is it the crosstown rivalry at play, we are also on a three-game losing streak. So, it'll be awesome if we can get back on the winners list. That'd be incredibly ideal. Um, hold on a second. Okay, so yeah, Nets Knicks. You can see the Knicks starting five there. And then the Nets starting five is the same. The injury report is the same. So yeah, but if we talk about what had happened a couple of days ago, we played Utah, lost by 17. Terrible second half. Really just shot ourselves in the foot, you know. It was a fair, it was a missed opportunity, to say the least. We had the lead at the half, and then we just diverted, we swayed away from what we were doing right in the first half. The defense, we were traffic cones in the second half. I think a really telling stat, and you will see it on the right there, is some of the bottom seven nets for defensive rating. CJ, Mikal, CT, DFS, and Spencer. Now, a couple of those guys are infamously above average defenders. They have defensive ratings of 118 or 119. And on top of that, when you think about that, those players, that personnel, with such a bad offensive rating, or defensive rating, if I look at what the Nets starting five, the one that we actually possess today, if I put it up for you, the starting five that we currently have is at a net rating of -14 in 94 minutes this season. And the defensive rating is 125, which is just atrocious. So, God, if we have to put up with that, the real issue is that CJ as a small ball four is just not it. And if you want to move Cam Johnson up to a three, you either have to run Cam Thomas at the one and take Dinwiddie off, or you have to take Cam Thomas off and move Bridges up to the two. I think that's partially why we're so good, at least. Or sorry, we were so good last season defensively. Mikal was at the two, Cam Johnson was at the three, and Dorian Finney-Smith was at the four. Cam Thomas was on the bench, of course. Now you have a little bit of an issue because Cam Thomas is playing well. Spencer Dinwiddie is probably the best facilitator on this team. So it's really, do you want to take your best scorer off? Do you want to take your best facilitator off? Or do you just want to take Cam Johnson off outright? I think you have to do the latter. I think you have to take CJ off, but it looks like we're running with the same group that has been shit. Defensively, really shit. For those who have just joined us, I did just mention before, the Nets have a terrible defensive rating with the starting five that they are running today, which is to the right of your screen, the left of me. It's just a real shame because, yeah, it's one of those dilemmas where I think CJ is, if we have him at the three, I think we maximize his ability, and I think we'll be better as a team overall defensively if CJ is at the three. Looking at last year, you had Dorian Finney-Smith at the four, you had Dinwiddie at the one, Mikal at the two. Now you have to play smaller because Cam Thomas is good enough to start. And sure, it's an experimental year, but we still can't just throw away a ton of games because we don't have our own picks. So it's a matter of, do you want to get rid of your best facilitator, Dinwiddie, who's had a really good high volume of assists in recent weeks. So he's had quite a few double doubles in this stretch of time. Do you bench him? Do you bench Cam Thomas, who's your best scorer? Or do you bench Cam Johnson? Full stop. And I think it has to be the third option, but we're running with the same group that is just, bro, 125 defensive rating in 94 minutes. It's not a small sample size. Jabari, welcome to the stream, buddy. How did we do after the Suns game? Well, after the Suns game, I think we went 1-3. Lost to Denver, which I think was just a scheduled loss. As much as you want to not say that every game, or you don't want to say in any game, in any circumstance, well, we were never going to win that. You always have to go into the game with the mindset you will win. So there was that game we lost. We lost to Golden State. That was a 124-120 loss. We had a chance to tie the game, and Mikal blew a wide open layup. And then the last game, we were up at halftime and conceded 71 points to Utah. So it went very similarly in a lot of ways to the Golden State game, where in the first half of that game, we shipped off 70 points and were outscored. Had to chase tail after that. So, yeah, it's a good opportunity to get back on the winners list. I do think a really important thing to note is the injuries, I think, to Dennis Smith and Lonnie Walker have been understated. Those two are so important. When you think about the West Coast road trip and the circumstances, constantly traveling, like Denver, the altitude problems, you want to be able to distribute your minutes a little bit more. Dennis Smith and Lonnie Walker weren't there to be able to help do that. And so you had Spencer Dinwiddie, Cam Thomas, Mikal Bridges, playing heavy minutes, having a high usage, and they would have been absolutely gassed by the end of the West Coast road trip, which you could see, aside from maybe Cam Thomas. And Spencer Dinwiddie doesn't usually even though he has he's the facilitator, he doesn't necessarily, he's not a very ball-dominant guard. He's doing a lot of flinging passes and that sort of thing. He's not really covering too much ground, and the off-ball movement isn't super crazy from him. But yeah, Mikal Bridges, he had really died in that last, 3 games. Since the Suns loss, he went and scored 9 points, then he scored 13, then he scored 17, I think, against the Jazz, and every single one of those games, he nearly had the same amount of shots that he did points. So I think it was for 9 points, he had 8 shots. For 13 points, he had 15 shots. And for 17 points or whatever it was, 16 shots. Or something around that mark. So we well and truly cannot afford we really can't afford Mikal playing like shit. We saw in the win streak how good we were when he was playing well. But the issue is, when we aren't playing well, it's usually a byproduct of how badly Mikal is playing. So yeah. Alrighty. We're about to kick things off very, very shortly. Those in the chat, welcome to the stream if you have just rocked up. So we at 500? We are. Yep. We gave up 4 70-point halves during that road trip. We can't allow them to shoot the 3. Get under the basket. I also said that the Nets are rotating too much. I think the rotation's the problem. It was the problem. Because we looked so fatigued, out on our feet. We needed a player like Dennis Smith Jr. to really help with the point of attack defense, because we suck at that this year. And even Ben being out, the point of attack defending is so shit. So shit. And so that's part of the problem, but the other problem is just we're playing a defensive scheme that doesn't work, simply put. I'm interested to see if there was any adjustments made or any talking, um, or any talk regarding that sort of thing. Like, are we going to change things up? Because my god, we're going to get spit roasted if we play like drop coverage or we play like one on one. Because every single time we play one on one, like we can't get over the screen. If we go under the screen because we're playing drop, they'll shoot a three. So it's like you can't really win. I'm really worried because really we're going to end up playing Cam Johnson on Julius Randle. And last year I think Finney Smith played on Randle or O'Neal. Perfect matchup. Physical, can play a little bit taller than what they are. But oh my god, Bridges already for three, that's off. And it's knocked away. It's going to be Nets ball again. But like I don't really like the matchup. They're just going to keep feeding Randle. We're going to get bullied. Claxton's already undersized on the interior as well. So that's just culminating to even more problems. Thomas missed the mid-range after he had DiVincenzo in the air. That's a good bit of run by Barrett, who got behind the defense, and it is a score. So 2-0 Knicks. Easy two. Johnson cut and lost the ball, and then he got it back, but he lost it again. So we need a lift from CJ, man. We really do, because he has just been horseshit. And you know what? Like, he's actually not having a bad season if you look at the numbers, but the problem is I think it's a few outlier games which are sending it up. Brunson missed the mid-range, and it's going to be Nick's ball after Claxton had the positioning, but he knocked it out of bounds. So 2-0 Knicks. Knicks with possession. DiVincenzo had an open three. That's way too open. It hit the top of the backboard. Claxton ends up with the rebound. And now Bridges gets it ahead to Cam Thomas in the corner. Picked up by DiVincenzo. Dinwiddie to the other corner for Johnson. They pass to Clax. Back to Johnson. He had an open three, and he knocks it down. That's the first make of the game, and it's through CJ, so he needs to play a full game. He's the specialist at playing only one half. Randle backs down Dinwiddie. Kick out to DiVincenzo in the corner. It's good. You knew it as soon as he shot it. Like, far too easy, man. Bridges, Dinwiddie, Johnson. Down the middle, the push shot, rims out, and a rebound by Randle. Brunson will push the pace. He flings it out to Randle, who's picked up by Johnson. Gonna get into the paint. This is too easy. And there is a foul. Nope, it's a defensive 3-second call. How many times are we going to give away points to this bullshit, man? Far out, man. So frustrating. Because you see it happen nearly every game from this team where we give away a point or two. Simmons is out another 2 weeks. Yeah. I'm scared for the Pistons games. I am too, man. I'm really scared. I'm shitting the bed for those. Brunson into Barrett at the elbow. Spin. Johnson stays vertical and forced to travel. It's good defense. And it will be Nets ball on the back of a turnover by RJ Barrett. So 6-3 early going. Dinwiddie will bring it up past halfway. Claxton, top of the key. The screen set for Mikal. It frees him up momentarily. They get it out to Dinwiddie, who thought about the three. Fed Claxton under the basket. Back out to Spencer. Now Bridges gets by the closeout into the paint. Gets one up high off the window. It's off, and Hartenstein batted it to DiVincenzo. Brunson in transition. DiVincenzo under the basket. It's textbook basketball on the break, and they're up 8-3. So we've started 1 of 5 from the field. Bridges just lost his footing, and it's going to be a foul or a jump ball. It's going to be a foul, I think. I don't even know how Bridges fell over there. I would have sworn he got tripped up. So it is going to be Nets ball on the side. Cam Thomas, screen set by Clax, and they sort of blitz it. Cam Johnson to the corner for Dinwiddie. The screen, back to Johnson, back to Dinwiddie on the wing. Shoots a 3. That is a chuck up of the highest order. DiVincenzo flies in for the rebound, bounce pass to Randle. Layup is good. We're just too small, man. On the break, if we can't score the ball, on the break, we're going to get absolutely spit roasted. No size. Cam Thomas on the wing. That 3 is off. They're pushing the pace again. Barrett this time will get into the paint. Euro gets one up and it's off. Good contest by Dinwiddie, who did not try reach or do anything stupid on the defensive side of things. Dinwiddie saw a little bit of space open up. Good little bit of hesitation. Waited for that opportunity to present itself. Nets down 5. Randle will shoot the mid-range and knock it down. That was without even taking a dribble on the baseline. So 12-5 Knicks. And we've already got a couple of subs getting ready to check in. Dayron Sharp, one of those. The other, Dorian Finney-Smith. Claxton in the middle. Out to Bridges. Open 3. You already knew there was not enough lift on that. And a rebound for New York. Brunson into the paint. Flings it back out to DiVincenzo in rhythm. The 3 is short. The rebound by Thomas. And I don't know what he was trying to do there. Cam Thomas tried to throw it off Barrett, but I don't even think he ever got possession of the ball. So Knicks will have another crack at it. Dayron will come into the game. So now we have a visibly more physical front court, although we've allowed the 3-pointer for Randle. It's off, and now Finney-Smith will bring it up. Send across court. Dinwiddie, rhythm 3, way too long. Rebound DiVincenzo. He's been awesome on the boards early in the contest. Randle had Thomas on him in the post. Oh my god, man. We cannot buy a bucket at the moment. Randle's going to shoot a couple. If you are enjoying thus far, make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe if you are new as well. We'll be back in a couple of days' time for Nets Denver. And then the final game before Christmas is Nets Pistons. So we'll be here for both of those. Randle's first free throw is good. And the lead is back up to 8. So 13-5. Second is good. So Knicks are up early and they just look the more energetic team. It's almost like we've picked up where we left off from the previous game. It's like a continuation. Bridges, they nearly got the steal. Bridges into the paint and he's blocked. We have an extra 3-point opportunity. Finney-Smith is off. And even though we had a 5-on-4 because the Knicks overcommitted trying to get a steal, we still couldn't capitalize. We're 2 of 12. Randle misses the layup or the hook shot badly. Dayron sends it to Cam Thomas. So that's what Finney-Smith can provide, man. I don't think Johnson has the same ability there. Oh my god, Dayron's been hit with it over the back. And we're going to get a timeout. We have not scored. Well, we've scored the same amount of points as we have seen minutes thus far. 5.5 elapsed. Only 5 points to our name. So it hasn't been a good start on the shooting front. I will tell you that much. Let's have a look at the... well, you can see. Let's have a look at the box score, and you can see just shots. We've taken quite a few on the perimeter. Almost way too many, I would imagine. And only the 3 shots in the paint. So, well, 3 shots in the restricted area. We need to probably attack that area a little bit more. let's have a look at the box score. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the overview. Cam Johnson is actually our leading scorer, which is a terrible thing to see because he's only got the 3 points. But yeah, we're really struggling early on. Already a 3 rebound edge for the Knicks. You can see how we've started. We have shot it badly. Cam Thomas hasn't scored. Mikal Bridges hasn't scored. We're 2 of 13, 1 of 7 from 3. Yeah, and Dayron's already got 2 personal fouls, which is just absolutely excellent news. The Knicks aren't shooting it lights out, but they have started significantly better than us. Granted, it wasn't difficult to do that when the opposition is shooting 2 of 13. So they've started much better. They've been to the free throw line. They've pushed the pace. I want you to cast your eyes to DiVincenzo, who already has 5 points and 3 rebounds. I think he's been excellent to start this game. And Brunson has also got 3 boards and 3 dimes. Only the 1 point, courtesy of a technical free throw. But yeah, it's not a great start. And you can already see that score worm just ticking upwards in the way of the Knicks. So yeah, it's not an ideal start by any stretch. And we really have to get a move on. Alrighty. So 14-5. And it will be Knicks ball because there was the over-the-back foul prior to the timeout. The Knicks now in a set, and we're playing some 2-3 zone. Barrett. Oh my god, how is that a foul, dude? Cam Thomas, I thought, had his hands straight up. The referee bit on the mild theatrics there by RJ Barrett, but it will be 2 free throws. 2 shots here for RJ. And the first free throw is good. So 15-5. I actually wanted DiVincenzo when he was in free agency. I thought that would have been a great pickup. And we could do with someone like DiVincenzo right now. Because we don't have that Dennis Smith sort of type player. They run sharp on the perimeter to Bridges. Has to get on the board. Good kick out. Finney Smith is open for a 3 and he knocks those down every single day of the week. You very rarely see him miss a corner tray and he knocks that one down. So a much better look there. We've already had 8 3-pointers. Not shooting him at nearly of a good enough efficiency. Brunson picked up by Bridges. Doesn't shake off Bridges. So forced into a handoff or handout to Randle. Pump fake into the paint. The layup over Dayron is off. And it rebounds off Hartenstein's chest. The Nets get possession. Thomas out to Dinwiddie. Probably didn't pass to the right guy in transition there. And now the Nets will have to play half court. We just threw it right to DiVincenzo. Pass was way too easy to predict, but DiVincenzo blew the layup. Dinwiddie to the corner. Thomas is wide open. Got to hit those. He does. And it's back down to a 5-point deficit for the Brooklyn Nets. Much, much better. 2 wide open corner threes in the same spot. And just like that, we've doubled our score in about 30 seconds. Hartenstein. Cam Thomas rolled over, which meant he left DiVincenzo open, 1 pass away for 3, and he knocked it down. I don't understand those. Dayron had prime position there. I don't understand why you'd peel off. Bridges can't get the bounce. Dayron can't get the tip in. And now the Knicks in transition. Pull up 3, Brunson, well short. He got his own rebound. Now Randle in the post. He's got Bridges guarding him, and we're cooked if someone doesn't come over and help. Randle blew the layup. Hartenstein somehow got the board when we had 4 players in the paint as opposed to just solo Hartenstein. Barrett picks up his dribble. The turnaround, he gets the bounce. So ridiculous, man. Oh, God. Cam Thomas into the paint. Kick out to Dinwiddie in the corner. Jab step. Shoots a 3. That's good. And it's back down to 7. So last 3 buckets from the outside. 4 of our 5 makes have come from the outside. So we're shooting at 40%, having made quite a few recently. Problem is, we've given a few away. Come on, that's a joke of a foul, man. What are you wanting to do there? I'm all 4 fouls being called, but I think those ones are just absolute bullshit. Dayron to the bench. Randle at the free throw line to shoot a couple. And the first free throw is good. So Blacks will get ready to return. Cam Johnson will check in. And who's going to the bench? Quickly is in for the Knicks with Josh Hart. And who's going to the bench is my question. I like this lineup. Really like it. Dinwiddie's gone to the bench in place of Johnson. So now we're playing Mikal at the 2. We're playing Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie's off the floor. So Finney-Smith at the 4. Claxton the 5. Johnson the 3. Bridges the 2. And Cam Thomas the 1. Thomas the pass to Bridges. It's picked up by Hart. He's going to drive. Bridges shoots the mid-range off balance, and that's off as well. He is shooting it abysmally. Randle got ahead, and that's an easy dunk. And that really sums it up, I think, in this first quarter. They are running, and running a lot. Every single time, like, Dorian Finney-Smith is too busy looking to see if the shot's going in, completely oblivious to the fact that Randle's just gotten ahead of the last line, and Randle scores the basket. It's that reactiveness, yet again. We talked about the Jazz being more reactive last game and showing that energy. The same thing's translated over to this game. They've already been to the free throw line as well a ton, and we cannot show the same output. Like, you see the Knicks, they're not shooting it particularly well. The free throw number is very, very healthy for a first quarter, and they've only got the 1 turnover. Randle's got 10. This is bad because Brunson only has the 1 point, and DiVincenzo's got 8. So they're not even getting points from their number 1. They're getting points from a nice variety of players, and they've only just brought their bench in as well. So there could be a little bit more to be discovered on that front for the Nets. Man, oh man, bro. Mikal, 0 of 6. Cam Thomas is 1 of 4. Spencer Dinwiddie's leading the way with 5 points, and that's really about it. We have only scored 1 field goal from inside the 3-point line. The only reason we're on 14 points right now is because of the fact we've scored, I think, 3 of our last 4 3-pointers, and you can see at the bottom here, all those 3s have come from 1 corner. So it seems like we're really living by the 3 and dying by the 3, but honestly, I think we need to score some shots on the interior. Mikal is really not helping that cause. He's 0 of 6, and he's had a lot of looks on the inside. Let's see if we can actually identify the shots he's been taking. So Johnson missed 1 there. Mikal's missed 1 from here. Mikal missed 1 from there. He's missed 1 in the paint as well. He's missed a corner 3. And he's missed 1 from top of the key as well. So, a lot of misses, man. Lot of misses. So, yeah, it's pretty dire viewing at the moment. And they are just They're catching us off guard every single time we miss. We've got to be far more alert on that front. Got to be communication there as well. Just imploring people to get back. Bridges waited for the defense to arrive and shot a mid-range again. Didn't make it. He's 0 of 7, dude. Had a 2-day break. He can't be shooting that badly. On the move is quickly. He misses the 3. Good box out by Claxton. Cam Thomas chases up the rebound. He's going to fling it forward to Bridges into the paint. They keep on trying, and this time he was fouled. And Hartenstein has taken a huge knock to the face. And he's taking a long time to get up, and he is also bleeding. So let's have a look where the... Oh! The elbow cannoned into Hartenstein's mouth. I'm surprised he didn't lose a tooth there. They're going to fucking overturn this. I can already tell you right now. They're going to overturn it, aren't they? This is some BS going to bed at 8. I'm assuming an early start. It's probably good doing that. Because we cannot buy a bucket at the moment. 10-game losing streak. Here we come. Calm down, my guy. Calm down. We're only at 3. We're only at 3, ladies and gentlemen. And we're in the first quarter of... Well, we're in the first quarter. Long way to go. Mikal has played like trash. I think every single player's played like trash, to be honest. If you are enjoying the stream thus far, make sure to drop a like on it. I hope you are enjoying the coverage, of course. And you're liking the overlays, that sort of thing as well. I put a bit of work into it, so... hopefully provides a little bit of a different experience that other watch parties may not provide. And make sure to subscribe as well. We're nearly at 1900. We will be back in a couple of nights. So if you want to stay notified, you know where to be. You know where to be. If you want to watch a Nets watch party with some fellow Nets fans. The Nets are currently getting a layup attempt reviewed. Let's see what Tony Brothers says. He's going to overturn this. I already know he is. Typical bias. Well, it's not bias, but... What the fuck? Hang on a second. How does that make any sense? Mikal Bridges got a technical foul, but his 2 free throws aren't getting rubbed out. What? They're just getting a point out of sympathy, and Brunson misses it. Ball don't lie. Mate, what on earth... If you're going to give them a free throw, why aren't you giving them the ball as well? Why aren't you giving them possession? That doesn't remotely make any sense. He did hit him in the mouth, but what's the technical for? Hartenstein's going down the race, so I reckon he may be getting that patched up if it's one of those things where like either the bleeding is non-stop or he needs to get tested under concussion protocols. So Taj Gibson's into the game. So 25-15. He's finally fucking scored, and he makes both. Amazingly enough, Bridges is like he's like 0 of 7, 0 of 8 from the field, and we are only down 9. Find that baffling, dude. Randle, faced up by Finney-Smith, gets into the paint. It was a good move behind the back. It was too saucy for Gibson, and it will be a turnover, and the Nets will regain possession. So let's make a late quarter run here, honestly. I like the fact that we've tried to get Bridges out of the slump. We have really had a knack of trying to get the ball to him. He's taken 7 first quarter shots. The problem is he has not made one of them. So he goes to the bench and Dinwiddie's back in. The drive by Dinwiddie out to O'Neal. Pump fake. He didn't shoot the three. What are you thinking? And now with 6 to shoot, it's a Dinwiddie ISO on Randle. He had the space and he missed the three. I don't fucking understand that. What a terrible set, bro. Randle is picked up by Dinwiddie. O'Neal is back in. Why is... Oh my god. We seriously could not have thought that taking off Finney-Smith with Randle on the court was a good idea. Dinwiddie, lob was terrible. Claxton actually mistimed his jump. And now the Knicks get it ahead. And that's an easy layup. What the fuck are we doing? This bench lineup, or not this bench lineup, but this lineup right now, there is just no size about it. And it really doesn't help. We can't make shots and we're turning the ball over because on the break, we are just getting absolutely cleaned up. Like, Spencer and Cam Johnson have tried to take 2 charges in two possessions, had no sniff. That's knocked away by Gibson. Cam Johnson was the guy trying to go up. So, 13-point lead for New York. It's inbounded to Claxton. Cam Thomas. Back to Claxton. Body bump. Shoots over Gibson and scores. I really don't understand why we don't just keep feeding Clax. I said it the last game as well. We don't pass it to him often enough. He shoots the ball at an incredibly good percentage. From inside the arc in the restricted area. Here is Dinwiddie. Oh my god, he got rid of the defender and he blew the layup. Oh my god. Spencer, I think, got smacked in the face as they try to get the rebound. Bro quickly got cleaned up. He was kissing the ground. Alright. Quickly flings it to Randle. He's got O'Neal on him. Randle just got rid of O'Neal, but he lost the ball. He got it back. O'Neal trying to knock it away again. Randle, that pass is knocked away. Chased up by Hart. He's got 1 to shoot. He pulls up for 3, and he hits it. You cannot make this shit up. Oh my god. It's just a joke, man. Every single time. No other team is making that shot. Josh Hart shooting pull-up threes as the shot clock expires when they have a terrible offensive set and they still score 3 points. Only the Nets can allow that. Dinwiddie into the paint, shooting an incredibly tough shot, and Josh Hart will be hit with the foul. I don't think it was a foul. And with 1.9 left, I think that was a bailout of sorts because they're a very good team defensively. At least they're showing that in the first quarter. We just cannot attack the paint at all. So Josh Hart is hit with his first personal, and Dinwiddie makes the first free throw to cut it down to 13. Finney-Smith back in. I really don't understand why we bench him when Randle's on the court. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. So, we're trailing by a deficit of 12. The Knicks can extend it if they actually get something to happen. And well knocked away by Finney-Smith. And that'll be the first quarter done and dusted. It is a 12-point deficit we face going into the second quarter. And it wasn't... Well, it really felt like we were experiencing exactly what we had felt at the end of the Utah Jazz game, bro. Just difficulty getting into the paint or not even trying to get into the paint. I think we're trying today. We're just not finding any success doing it. The Knicks have been really disciplined in that regard. The threes, we're trying a lot more of those as we did in the second half against Utah, but as we saw, that actually led to us, well, the game getting out of reach. First quarter, my goodness gracious, I think we should just shoot all our shots from the three-point line because even though the threes... It's not a great percentage. It's far better than what we're doing inside the line. We've only made 2 field goals inside the arc. 2 of 13 total. It's very much like what was going on in the first quarter against Utah. It is really, really dire. If you look at the shooting splits, my goodness. Mikal Bridges only 2 points on 0 of 7. Spencer Dinwiddie's the high man, but he's not shooting it efficiently at all. And if you look at things from a Nick perspective, Randle's already got 12, and he's played the entire first quarter. DiVincenzo at 8, and he had a really good sort of first quarter. Josh Hart off the bench hit a 3 as well as the shot clock expired. And overall, they're shooting it well. They're shooting it well. They're getting to the line. 44% isn't too eye-catching, but it's far better than what we're doing. They're doing more of their work on the defensive side of the ball, and it's really helping them out in transition. They've, I think, had already 10 fast break points in one quarter, and that's a big, big concern for the Nets. I'd love to see how many turnovers we actually have. The Knicks only have 2. The Nets have 3. So even with the 3 turnovers only, I think the real reason they're getting those fast break points is because early offense, and we're missing a lot of shots. So there's going to be a lot of rebound opportunities for the Knicks. They can run and gun. We have to get back quicker, but I don't think we've done that well at all. Every team owns us. I mean, I think we've just got to tone down the overreaction. What's wrong with Mikal? Why is he so bad right now? Fucked if I know. I've got no clue, man. I think he's just a little bit worn out, but we've had a day of rest. So there's no excuses. We've sent Watford into the game. That pass has just been sent out of bounds. A bit of miscommunication. Barrett was ducking towards the corner. Quickly thought he was going to hold his run down the middle, and it was thrown out of bounds. So already 1 turnover for the Knicks in this second quarter. Watford is into the game. We have no Bridges and no Cam Thomas with this lineup right now. So Dinwiddie, Claxton, Watford, O'Neal, Johnson, O'Neal. Oh my God, he scores a contested 3. And, well, I mean, just keep shooting 3s, am I right? Quickly picks up his dribble, sends it to Barrett in the corner. Seems like they're getting in each other's way a little bit. Gibson's going to shoot a mid-range and knock it down. Can't imagine they thought that he was going to be shooting those. So, yeah, we're just going to have to live with that, aren't we? Dinwiddie, high screen Clax. He doesn't use it. Claxton sets that screen again. Johnson on the catch. That's good for 3 in the face. And it's now an 8-point deficit. So 2 threes in the second. Quickly from way behind the line, he's banked it in. Fuck off, mate. What absolute bullshit. First the Hart 3 as the shot clock expires in the first quarter, and now that bullshit 3-pointer. That is not going in if we shoot those, man. Dinwiddie into the paint. Created the separation, but wasn't able to score over Gibson, and now quickly, in transition, has Johnson on him. Good cross, had Johnson on skates. Shoots over Claxton. That's better defense, and it's Watford with the rebound. Looked like it was going to pass to Johnson, but instead he gave it to O'Neal on the other side of the court. High screen, Claxton. O'Neal on the move for 3. Royce. So now 3 threes made in this second quarter already. I mean, I exaggeratingly said, let's just shoot every shot from 3 as Barrett makes that mid-range. We're actually taking that comment literally. We are shooting every shot from the outside. Johnson, out to O'Neal. Drive, out to Johnson. He shoots another 3. That's good. How many 3s are we going to shoot in this game? CJ with 9. Quickly bounce pass to Grimes. That's open. It's off. A rebound by Watford. We allowed that one. So, very lucky that that doesn't go down. Let's just keep shooting 3s, man. Here's another one. Watford the pump fake. Johnson's open again. Oh, it's rimmed out. O'Neal nearly with the board. That actually looked pretty good. Oh my god. Where is the foul there, bro? I could do that every day of the week. I'd be an NBA player if I got fouls for that sort of shit every single time. O'Neal's played some really good minutes, and I'm his biggest critic, but he has been probably nearly our best player in the game. The Knicks up 7 with 2 free throws at the line to quickly. And the first one is good. We've only had a couple of free throws. That's it. The Knicks are nearly in double figures when it comes to the free throw department. That is the main form of separation in this game, I think. Quickly made the first, and now his second free throw is off. So a rebound for O'Neal, and the Nets can cut into this deficit a little bit more now. Watford to Dayron, who is in the game. Dinwiddie the screen. O'Neal again for 3. Oh my god, bro. We have taken that literally, that comment. I've already said it once. I'll say it again. I reckon every shot we've taken in this second quarter has been a 3-pointer. Quickly. Forced backwards by Watford. They look like doing nothing this offensive set, but just like that, a change of pace. Man, quickly really should have scored that. A blown layup. O'Neal to Johnson. The drive, the foul, and the make. +1. And so, I mean, that wasn't quite a 3-pointer, but if Johnson makes it, it might as well be. It'll be a 3-point play. Johnson got that one to go. He's had a very good second quarter, CJ. And just like that, the lead is now down to 6, and a make can send it down to 5. No, he fucking misses. What an absolute surprise. So CJ is the first net in double figures with 11. Barrett, top of the key, will drive and fling it out to Josh Hart, who thought about the 3. He's going to go down the middle on Cam Johnson, shoot the turnaround, and that is... You live with that shot every day of the week. Sharp will get it to Watford. We have made 7 of our last 10. Watford into the paint. Was that a pass or a shot? I have no clue, but it will go down as a turnover. Quickly puts their head down and scores the reverse. And yet again, we are shooting ourselves in the foot with those turnovers, man. Johnson. High screen Dayron. Kick out to O'Neal on the wing. That's off. You knew it as soon as he shot it. Hart gets it ahead to Barrett. They use the Euro. Well done by Watford to remain vertical. Nearly force a tie-up. Actually get the turnover. O'Neal. Dinwiddie's open in the corner. Right in front of the bench. It's good. And it's down to 5. We've got 3 players getting ready to check in. It's Bridges, Thomas, and Finney-Smith. They've actually been called to the bench because... Back to the bench, because there will be a timeout at the 6:48 mark. It's been a pretty entertaining game so far. The Nets in the second quarter have shot a fuck ton of threes and have been, well, highly successful in that respect. The Knicks running a really weird lineup where they don't have either Brunson or Randle on the floor, and they are sort of getting punished by it. They're challenging Barrett and Quickly to be the 2 main operators, and it's not really turning out too well for them. So, if you are enjoying the stream, make sure to show your support, drop a like, and subscribe if you are new so you're notified of when I go live next, which, as you can see in the top right, will be against Denver. I actually completely forgot to do the scores. It was 32-20 at quarter time. Okay, now at quarter time, if you have just rocked up, I said the Nets might as well shoot every single shot from 3 because they were 2 of 13 from inside the 3-point line. Well, it turns out they took that too literally. We have shot more threes than twos. I think in this second quarter, we've nearly shot every shot from the outside. And we are 9 of 19. Cam Johnson's actually leading the way, which I don't think is something I could have really anticipated pre-game. He's got 11. Spencer Dinwiddie is 10 and only the 2 dimes. O'Neal's been really good off the bench. In 7 minutes, 2 threes made, 6 points, 2 boards, 3 dimes. And you can see we aren't shooting it well, but the threes are keeping us in the game. We've only had the 4 turnovers, which I guess is a plus. And yeah, we've also had 5 free throws as well, which is, well, it's starting to lift in that respect. You can see, like, Spencer's been a part of that group that's gotten us back in it. But the bench, Trenton Watford hasn't really played too much with DSJ and Lonnie Walker out. I think we've needed to, I think we've missed a trick there. It's sort of enabled us to have another facilitator on the floor, a little bit of extra size. He got a block on the previous possession. Yeah, you can see the threes, a fuck ton from the corners, and all of a sudden we're starting to cancel out those X's on the outside with O's. So, yeah, it is back down to a 5-point deficit. We bring Cam Thomas back into the game. We've already scored 17 points. We're not even halfway into the quarter, and we're only 3 away from equaling our first quarter total. So that's been the reason we've gotten back into this. But Brunson is back on the floor with Randle. Brunson scores the floater. We're playing drop coverage, and I think it was Cam Thomas who found himself trailing Brunson on that sequence. So back up to 7. Sharp. Cam Thomas on the wraparound. Playing a bit of zone every time the screen's set for Cam Thomas, and they'll blitz Cam on ball. Bridges trying to score his first field goal. He misses. Dayron with the board. He missed it, but Finney Smith there for the follow. I think it's going to be ruled out. Dayron Sharp is going to be... I think Dayron Sharp's getting free throws here. Bro, Iron Eagle and spillage goes hand in hand. He loves talking about a bit of spillage. Every single time. He seems so passionate about it. So a 6-point game. Dayron made the first free throw. All I ask for is we make the second. And we don't. Oh my god. There's nothing like your center going to the free throw line and always splitting a pair. Brunson is well short on that mid-range, and he has not found his shooting stroke today. Dayron got the board. Bridges early offense. Cam Thomas to the corner for Finney Smith. Back to Thomas on the wing. He's got Grimes on him. Thomas, the turnaround. Jay, it's off. Dayron with the board, and he was fouled. It'll stay on this side after the foul was called on Randle. So they're playing a small ball 5 with no Gibson and Hartenstein down in the change rooms. So that's causing a few issues on the glass for them in this second quarter. And Dayron, I mean, he's getting a bit lucky with the bounce off the rim, but you take him. Usually happens the other way. Cam Thomas into the paint, dump off. Dayron off the window for 2, and it's back down to 4. This is probably the closest it's been since the first quarter. Cam, Mikal, DFS, Dayron, and Dinwiddie the 5. Quickly off on the 3 after we played zone. That was a heat check for sure. And now Cam Thomas on the perimeter. Pass to Dayron in the middle. Back to Cam Thomas. A bit of 2-man game. And of course, it's an offensive foul. Why do we have to turn the ball over as we're about to just get over the hump? I don't get it. I don't get it. Fuck's sake, dude. What a stupid foul. Cam Thomas was already well ahead of Emmanuel Quickly. That was an unnecessary foul. And now DiVincenzo back in. Misses the 3. Long board for DiVincenzo. Oh, that's too easy. Mikal has just been a traffic cone on defense more often than not this season. When he's playing on guards, they get by way too easily. Bridges into the paint, waits for traffic to arrive, and he finally sees one through the hoop in the mid-range. Shooting like 1 of 10, I think. Brunson now, high screen by Hartenstein, out to Randle, shoots a 3, it's off, get the board. Oh, come on, dude! Exhibit A of the difference in rebounding effort. You've got their 6'3" guard hustling on the glass, and we've got no one to help Dayron out. Dayron to the bench, and I think he's provided some really good minutes. Claxton in and O'Neal in. So Finney-Smith off. Brunson shoots a 3. That's good. That is going to start to cook us. I already know. Because we cannot fight over the screens. I have no idea why. It's such a difficulty. Dinwiddie, high screen Claxton. Dinwiddie, whip pass to the corner for O'Neal. Kick out one more to Cam Thomas. Gather, gets it up, missed it, but got his own miss and scored on the baseline for 2. Fair play, Cam. Oh, that's too easy. Oh my god, bro. This lineup is just rubbish. If we're going to play zone, you cannot have only Claxton on the floor as your big. O'Neal is not doing shit. We had Cam Thomas coming over to help Randle. Royce O'Neal isn't even remotely close. The lineups are rubbish, man. The zone doesn't work when you have a small lineup like this. Playing zone, you've got... Like, there's so much space for the Knicks to operate in and use that pace. We're going to get killed. With O'Neal not even nearly quick enough and not nearly tall enough. O'Neal for 3 on the wing. That's off. Bridges got the board after Josh Hart lost it. Cam Thomas up there. Missed the layup. Claxton with the offensive rebound. He's trapped under the basket, though. They got to help him out. Cut. Oh, my God. We had Bridges open for a cut down the middle, but Claxton didn't see it. Dinwiddie, the step back 3. Please stop shooting those. O'Neal read the pass, and that was as they were trying to get it ahead. O'Neal the cut, skip pass to no one. What are you doing? Randle gets it ahead, and O'Neal knocked it away. So Royce is clutching up in a lot of ways. The threes have sort of been halted a little bit, but from a Nets perspective, the defense, not too bad. That's a very clutch play by O'Neal on the break. You can see that there's a bit of... That was definitely a foul. We got very lucky there. Oh my god. Randle the body bump and another foul. Can we just bring I just combined Finney-Smith and Dorian. Can we just bring Finney-Smith back on, please? It's so clear that we're just getting cooked. The lineup with Clax and Finney-Smith and Bridges was fine. I don't know why he took Finney-Smith off. We were getting stops on Randle. And just like that, our starting 5 is getting cooked. He's got to go against what the norm is. Have a look. Do you think Cam Thomas and Jalen Brunson can hit 5 threes? I think Cam doesn't look on track, nor does Brunson, but if there's one player that can get on a heater, it's Jalen Brunson. So I think he could hit 5. Cam Thomas could equally do the same thing, but let's have a look at the box score. That is not the box score, that is the score chart. Nets are not shooting it well inside the arc. They've actually made more threes than twos. Free throws, not enough. The rebounds are starting to swing in our favor. We've had the 6 turnovers, though. That number has to reduce. Because even when we're missing, they are sprinting to get to the other end of the court and catch us off guard. So the more misses we have, the higher possibility there is of them trying to execute that sort of play. Bridges is 1 of 9. He has been horrendous. Cam Johnson's actually been our high man on offense. Who would have thought? Spencer Dinwiddie with 10. Cam Thomas only is the 5 points. So, simply put, you cannot have 2 players, your 2 supposedly best players, combined for 3 of 17. It just is not going to cut it. It's not. Shooting 35% from the field. It's a damn miracle we're even in this game. It really helps when the Knicks are only shooting 44% from the field and 35% from 3. Randle has been their high man with 15. Brunson has barely been aggressive. But yeah, it's... Well, we're only getting out rebounded by 1. It was a lot different before, but... Man, we just gotta... I really don't know... Like, the defense is the issue with me. Or, like, that is my concern, should I say. Finney Smith on the bench, he's got to play a lot in this game. Why can't we shoot today? The Knicks are pretty disciplined defensively. Aquarius, welcome to the stream, buddy. You're a Knicks fan. We can have an amicable connection. I'm not going to go at you for being a Knicks supporter. Just checking in to say what's up to my favorite commentator. I'm flattered, buddy. I'm doing okay, but I would be doing a lot better if we were leading right now and not conceding 17 first half points to Julius Randle. It is a 9-point lead to New York, and they've got 1 free throw to come here. We've got just a tick under 3 minutes to play in the first half, and Randle makes both. So it's now down, or it's up to a 10-point lead again. And for all those 3-pointers we've made, we sure as hell have not made much inroads. Cam Thomas shoots a mid-range. That had to be a foul. How did he get that bounce? I mean, that's the shooter's bounce, they say. And back down to 8, but we've got to get these stops, man. Brunson for 3. That's short. The rebound by Claxton. Every time 2 players go for the same rebound, I nearly cringe because I feel like one player is going to knock it out of play. Oh my god, bro. Enough of the finesse. Claxton trying to tip it in with 1 hand. Grab it with 2 hands. Do it in 2 motions. It's not that hard. 2 off the window was so clean by Randle. And so back up to 10. We just overcomplicate shit sometimes. I think that's the main issue with this team, man. Johnson into the paint, shoots a mid-range. Oh my god. How bad was that? Cam Johnson shooting mid-ranges. I don't buy into that stock. How on earth did that go off the Knicks? I've got no clue. It's going to be our ball after Brunson just missed a little one-legged runner. Voice crack. Wow. So, about 100 seconds left in this first half. And it is a 10-point lead to New York. Claxton looking for a handoff. Johnson out to O'Neal. It's open. Extra feed. Cam Thomas in the corner. And he got the bounce again. The shooter's bounce. Back at it. Barrett early offense. Oh my god. Bro, they are running with incredible pace, man. You've got to be ready. They are looking to attack at all costs. If you do not have physical players to combat the cause, you're screwed. Cam Johnson and Royce O'Neal as your front court pairing, that's not physical enough. They're way too small to even... Like, they're just getting pushed around. Dayron's back in. So, it seems like that's the alternative option. We don't sub off the wings, we sub off the center. And, Barrett makes both free throws. So, 58-49. If we can get this to about 6 at halftime, I am pretty happy. Because, my goodness, Cam and Mikal have had abysmal first halves. That is well knocked away by DiVincenzo. It was a good blitz. He prevented the pass from getting to the perimeter. And now Barrett for 3. It's off. Guess who got the rebound? DiVincenzo again, who has got an open 3. And that's off. Johnson, well done for at least just getting close enough to ensure it went off DiVincenzo instead of him getting his second consecutive offensive rebound. Giving me serious vibes to that one game we played against Boston, and Peyton Pritchard had like 4 offensive rebounds. It's giving me the same vibes. Bridges, Johnson gets by the closeout, the layup, and he scores for 2 over Hartenstein, and it's back down to 7. Can we just get a stop to close out the first half, please? Brunson, bounce pass. Bridges gets the steal, got in the way. No look to Dayron. Layup, it's blocked. Rebound Bridges. O'Neal thought about shooting it before he even had the ball. It's a 2-on-1. DiVincenzo, easy layup. Only we can blow that. Only we can blow that. Oh, that's good defense by Hartenstein, though. Far out. Bridges. Drive. Picks up his dribble. Shoots the turnaround. It's off. And Dayron could not get the putback up in time. Oh, my God. I tell you what, it is a miracle we are down by 9 late, ladies and gentlemen. Because, oh, boy, it's been a tough watch. Watching Mikal. Jesus Christ. What's wrong with Brunson today? He can't score. How do you feel about the Nets moving from New Jersey to Brooklyn? I'm not from New Jersey or Brooklyn, so I'm not heavily impacted. I just watch the games from overseas. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to show your support and drop a like on it, and subscribe as well. We'll be back for Nets versus Nuggets. This is, well, we had a much better second quarter. Let's just put it that way. It could have been a lot worse going into the main break. 31 points in that second quarter to the Knicks 28. But I feel like we should have made further inroads. At the end of that second quarter, we very easily could have been down 5 as opposed to being down 9. It's just the pity that we can't score on the break, and the Knicks can. So, yeah, it's been a really tough watch, and you're probably wondering why. I think you can probably answer your own question, though. It's because Mikal Bridges only has 4 points on 1 of 10 shooting in 16 minutes. It is actually criminal that he's got that stat line at halftime. At least one of the other twins got the memo that we actually had a game on tonight, and he's gone and scored the most points for our team with 13. So he's been a lot better this game. But here's the thing. This is a typical Cam Johnson first half. Cam Johnson is a first half specialist, or just a 1 half specialist. Rocks up for 1 half and then says, my job here is done. He has to have an equally good second half. He's shooting 5 of 9. He's had a really good game. A really efficient sort of performance. So that's going to be really key in us getting the win today. Cam Thomas picked up a little bit at the back end of the first half. He had a really slow start as well. He was like 2 of 6. Made his last couple of shots. Spencer Dinwiddie only the 2 dimes. He's had a knack of getting a lot of assists in the last few games. Unfortunately, that has not been the case in this one. So, yeah, it's a little bit of a weird box score sort of dynamic here. We have shot the ball really well from the outside. And that's probably the thing that's keeping us in this game. We've only made 8 field goals inside the 3-point line. We are 8 of 28, and we were 2 of 14. So that's actually improved that 8 of 28 mark over the course of time. Let's actually have a look at the... I'm going to do some calculations. 8 of 28 is 28.5%. 28.5% from inside the 3-point line. And we're shooting 45.5% from the outside. The free throw number needs to lift. In the first half of last game, it was up at like 16. In this one, it's well down. And we reverted back to old habits in the second half of the Jazz game. We need to do a complete reversal. We need to really inflate that number in the second half. It's good to see we've had 8 offensive rebounds. The turnover number needs to go down. It's at 8. The real issue for me is the fast break points. The Knicks have made it very clear from minute 1 that they are going to play with pace. They are going to capitalize on an unset Nets defense, and it's been working. It's really been working. So yeah, that is our box score. You look at New York's and you see, well, Randle's got 19. The big red flag for me is they're only, like, we can look and say, well, Bridges has only scored 4 points. And we're still in this game. You look at the Knicks box score and you say, well, Jalen Brunson's only scored 6 and we're up 9. You look at it from that perspective and the Knicks are like, they are feasting. Happy days. You know, Randle's got 19, Barrett's got 10, DiVincenzo's been really good. He's got 2 offensive boards to contribute to 5 total rebounds, and he's scored a couple of threes, which is really good. I mean, they're not shooting the ball that well. They're really not shooting it that well. The rebounding is in their favor by 3. The 3-pointers are down, but it's the free throw number. And they're getting a lot of those in transition as well. Because we're forced to. You know, you're contributing to, when you're running the break, you're either going to concede a wide open layup or you're going to have to foul to ensure that you don't give away that easy 2 points at the rim. So, yeah, they've really, really fed into that in this game. And look, we look at the team comparison right now, and this is the story. Well, as you can see, they're shooting far better on field goals, but we've hit 5 more threes. They've made more free throws. So things sort of even out. The rebounds are in their favor. The steals are in their favor. They've already had 6. That's a really bad sign, because I'd love to see the fast break points, and I'm going to look at that right now. Let me just get it up really quickly. Here we go. So, the Nets. They have had already 14 fast break points to 6. They've had 12 second chance points to 7. Even though we've had more offensive rebounds, which is just, that really sums it up for me. Like, they're getting 2 points per offensive rebound. We're getting 1 point per offensive rebound. It should be, we should proportionally be very, very similar to what the Knicks are doing. And points off turnovers 10 to 3. So, yet again, they're capitalizing on those turnovers that we're making. They're getting more points from turnovers. Like, you compare the amount of turnovers we've had to their points. 8 turnovers, 10 points gained. From the 5 turnovers we've created, only 3 points gained. So that really signals to me a ton of missed opportunity. So that is really the first half done and dusted and in the books. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the stream as well. We'll be back in a couple of days' time. There also is a donation link. If you would like to donate to the stream, that would be much appreciated as well. That just goes back into the channel. I don't use it for anything else. So there you go. We will be back for Nets Denver, then Nets Pistons, and then we'll resume right where we left off post Christmas as well. How long you been a Nets fan? I've been a Nets fan since the 2018-19 season, properly. I'm not going to count any time before that where I was a casual. Brooklyn should crash the paint. We don't have centers who can protect the rim. I would say otherwise. I've just shown you. I mean, you can see here that we're 8 of 28 inside the arc. Now, I think a ton of those, and I actually have the power to do this now with this box score. I can actually see the kind of shots we're getting. And this is what's going on. Now, in the paint, you can see there's not too many, circles in the restricted area. You can see a lot of X's, but you can also see a fuck ton of X's in the mid-range, right around, outside of the restricted area, but in the paint. Let's count them. I want to see if I can count all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I count 11. 11 shots from basically, edge of the paint, but not in the restricted area. That is far too many. Far too many. And I don't think, JV has constantly emphasized, there was a game a few games ago where we had 28 mid-ranges compared to 27 three-pointers. It looks like this is a game where we've taken a ton of threes, which I guess is sort of resolving the issue. But the problem is the amount of shots inside the arc just have not been attacking the basket enough. And I think the Knicks have done a really good job of staying, their lateral quickness is far better than ours. You see a lot less gaps in their defense because one-on-one they're very, very good. With us, we're playing zone defense. Do we really back in our defenders to be able to move across, peel off, and get in the way of a bulldozing Julius Randle who's trying to get, into the paint? When we're playing, Royce O'Neal and Cam Johnson as the 3 and 4. I don't think so. So there's the big difference. Has Bridges been shooting any mid-ranges? Let's have a look. Well, we can really answer the question. Cam Thomas made a miss one. Bridges makes a miss. Cam Thomas missed a few. Cam Johnson missed one. Mikal, Cam Thomas, Cam Johnson. There's a lot of misses in there. But the bad thing is I'm not seeing a lot of layups being missed. Or I am seeing a lot of missed layups, but I'm not seeing really any missed layups from Mikal Bridges, which is a concern. That's not a good sign. So yeah, that is the stat line. I mean, I can look around the grounds as well. First, I'm just going to check my fantasy scores. Not that this concerns you lot. Okay. Not bad at halftime. Not awful. Okay. So, other scores around the grounds that probably concern us. Are we back? No, we're not. Sixers are down on Minnesota. That's interesting. The Heat are flogging the Magic. Pacers up on the Hornets. Cavaliers have gone on a 15-3 run and they are up 8 on Utah. Denver, we're playing them obviously in 2 days. They are playing Toronto right now and are up. Bulls are beating the Lakers, bro. And that's with the Lakers going on a 10-3 run to cut the deficit down from 17. Clippers playing the Mavs. That's a great game of basketball. The Hawks are beating Houston. Damn, Halliburton's on 19 and 13 dimes. Who is this Sam Merrill bloke for Cleveland? He's got 23 points and 7 threes made. He's on fire. Hield's got 23. I'm looking at the top forwards. Why have they put Tristan Thompson in the forward position number 1? And why have they put him in the top forwards around players who have got like 17 points, 20 points, 21 points, 23 points? He's got 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists, Tristan Thompson. And he's got 4 steals. Okay, maybe that's it. Centers, Embiid's got 36. Jokic only the 9 points and 6 boards. Miles Turner's got 18. Bam's got 10 and 5. Okay. Come on, lads. I can't deal with another loss. We've lost way too many games for my liking recently. Not a fan of it at all. So, fair bit of work to do to get back into this one, but I think the second quarter was a glimpse of potentially what we may see in the second half. Alrighty. Alrighty, here we go. Second half. Come on, lads. We need a lift. We need a lift. So the next 6 games for the Nets. Knicks, Nuggets, Pistons twice, Bucks, and Wizards. We will be covering every single one of those. If you want to tune into those, make sure to subscribe. If you haven't already and you want to stay notified, those of you who already have subscribed, thank you for the support. I know a lot of people in the chat are regulars, so it's good to see you guys rock up every single, or nearly every single game, which is dedication and commitment to the cause. I beg that we actually do something in the second half, man. And you know what? It's going to start with Mikal Bridges, man. He needs to set the tone. 1 of 10 in the first half ain't it. I need to see him put the head down and just go off. Cam Thomas wasn't awful, but we're gonna need to see a bit more from him on both sides of the ball. Here we go. 60-51 as we enter the third quarter. It's Jalen Brunson who goes early. Hartenstein the cut. The layup is off. The rebound. Hartenstein is trailing the play. It's a 5-on-4. Got to capitalize here. Corner 3 for Dinwiddie. It's off. And that's typical of a Nets team. Don't capitalize with the outnumber. Good block by Clax. No one's there for the read. And it fortuitously lands in the lap of Brunson, who scored off the window. Cam Thomas into the paint. He's going to roll it back out to Johnson, who was doubled momentarily. They apply the zone so well. They know when to peel off. They know when to retreat and go back to their on-ball assignment. That is a terrible pass by Spencer. DiVincenzo read it. Brunson extra feed. And that is just what we cannot do. Like, you look at what they're doing on the break and you look at what we're doing on the break. It's just complete polar opposites, man. We're just not reading the play. We're not spacing well enough. We're overcomplicating things. We're not doing the right stuff. It's just like that possession before, that sequence where it was a 5-on-4 in our favor. Best believe if the Knicks are going the other way 5-on-4, they will find the open shooter, and equally, the Nets will not defensively set up. The Knicks are so quick to setting up and getting back. It's just like, it's actually pretty hard to fathom how we are so shit for a team that is supposed to be so good defensively. Like, I'm just looking at tweets. The Nets' transition defense has been absolutely atrocious in this first half. JV should give them an earful in the locker room. Bloody oath. You know what would actually be interesting? If we had a player named Ben Simmons in our team. I tell you what, I sure as hell could really do with someone guarding Julius Randle. I sure as hell could deal with someone who runs the break offensively as good as he runs the break on defense. Who do you think I'm talking about? The guy who's on an ongoing cycle of being out for 2 weeks, and then another 2 weeks, and then another 2 weeks. Man. You just have to, as far as I'm concerned, you have to make a damn change with this starting 5, man. Make the change, man. It's got to be like, fucking hell. It's actually unbearable at stages, man. It's like you run the same shit that causes the same problems and expect this or different results. You're gonna get the same result, man. So play resumes down 13. Dinwiddie to Clax. Come on. Lift. Johnson. Bridges. Gets by the closeout. It's a good rollover. Where is the foul there, man? Come on. Here we go. It's a 5-on-4. Barrett takes it all the way and we score for 2. I literally said it. I said it about 2 minutes ago. They get a 5-on-4. They are scoring. They're going to find a way. Bridges misses a corner 3. And those ones, well, that's just unacceptable. That one was wide open. Couldn't make it. Randle, that's a foul on Johnson. I don't know why he keeps running the same group. On the break, we're getting absolutely cooked because there's no size in the interior. It allowed players like Barrett to just run it all the way to the rim by himself with no resistance. Brunson out to Randle. It's an open 3, and that is off. That's the only way we're in this game. And if you could say we're in this game. Claxton early offense. Out to Thomas for 3. That's off as well. Batted out by Claxton. Dinwiddie shoots another 3. That's an air ball. Fuck me. Brunson in transition. Out to DiVincenzo. 3 over the top. There you go. Cannot write it. You can't write it. We've taken 3 3-pointers in 2 possessions. All wide open. Haven't made them. And then we've got DiVincenzo scoring from 1 shot. Bridges shoots a 3 and misses that one as well. 1 of 13, bro. 1 of 13. We have not made a field goal in this third quarter. Knicks have made 4. This game's going to go away very, very quickly if we don't make a move now. I can see Finney-Smith walking to the scorer's table, and this is... Oh my god. Randle just bodies his way to the basket again. Easy mid-range over Dinwiddie. Why do we think that's a good idea? Just like that, it's up to 20. They've started on an 11-0 run, and you can't tell me we shouldn't have started the second half with a good sub. Bro, Bridges is 1 of 14 now. Randle lost the ball. Now, please score on the break, man. Oh my god, it's a 3-pointer again. It's Thomas this time. He knocks it down. Finally a make, and finally some fast break points. We've got to get, like, force a dead ball ASAP, man. Dayron's getting ready to check in. I honestly would have gone as far to say we should have started the second half with a little bit more, like, we should have started the second half with just a little bit of a different look. Claxton just blocked the shit out of that Brunson layup. He's actually going to have to go to the bench after that defensive play. 17-point game. 9 to shoot for the Knicks with 8:22 left in this quarter. It's inbounded. It's knocked away. And it just spun perfectly so it didn't go out of bounds. Thomas into the paint. It's an easy layup, and that is going to be a timeout for the Knicks. I don't know what they were doing there. That was a regulation, uncontested layup. It's almost like the Knicks were looking for that pass out to the corners because we've done it so much today on the break that they just completely forgot that they had to guard the paint. It's like they were conditioned to do something that feeds into what we've been doing all day. If we don't win this one and we lose to the Nuggets at home, then we will have a pretty poor record going up against the Pistons. And if we lose that as well, then let's worry about this game first. Let's worry about this game first. Let's not dive into what's going to happen tomorrow, or sorry, in 2 days, and then what's going to happen next week, and then what's going to happen in the game after. Let's not worry about next week. Let's worry about now. JV be fired right after the game. I mean, we're not doing anything that would help his cause, right? But, oof. It's really rough watching Mikal Bridges, man. Fucking hell. He has only got 3 points and, 4 points and 3 rebounds. Oh my god. I need to refresh this because it's not updating. Mikal. 1 of 14 from the field. If he even shoots remotely close to 50%, we are nearly in front. Now, I constantly advocated for Mikal to get more shots. And I will fully own that. I'm gonna be the same person that says, well, it's a bad thing he's getting these shots. Bro, the shots are on offer. He just cannot buy one. Dinwiddie hasn't shot the ball well either, and he hasn't been facilitating. Honestly, I would run a lineup of... God, I don't even know what lineup I would run. I really feel like we need some more energy off the bench. I would not be one bit opposed. We saw him get minutes in the last couple of games. I would not be one bit opposed to seeing Jalen Wilson get some minutes. Oh my god. Straight from the inbounds, dude. How do we give threes away like that? Oh my god. Bridges into the paint. Shoots a mid-range. Oh, finally you decided to score one. Fuck me. 2 of 15, Mikal. Brunson into the paint. Oh, that's too easy. Cam Thomas, man. Too easy. Brunson had Thomas on the back shoulder. Always trailing. They have 36 paint points to our 18. Staggering difference already. Thomas, pass to Johnson, Drew 2, and Johnson knocks down the corner tray. So, I mean, maybe Johnson has found his form back? I don't know. But, bro, Mikal. Oh, Cam, what are you doing? Another 3 to DiVincenzo because Cam Thomas, man, he's just letting Brunson bypass every time. Johnson, the layup is good. DiVincenzo has 23 points. DiVincenzo. I guarantee you he has not scored 23 all season. Guarantee you right now. Brunson picked up by Thomas. DiVincenzo the drive. One more, it was flung out of play, and the Nets can cut the lead down. It's going to require vast improvements on the defensive end, man. Your down 16 defense is the way you get back into the game. Don't look like having a sniff. Thomas got it +1 off the window, high off the glass. He scored over Hartenstein. I think it was the trailer, which was DiVincenzo, who hit him on the arm from behind. And it will be an extra shot at the free throw line for Cam Thomas. I mean, for all the shit that I have had to watch today, it is actually criminal that we are one good run away from getting back into the game. Although Cam Thomas missing free throws is not going to help that cause one bit whatsoever. Brunson guarded by Cam, pass to Randle. Finney Smith stays with him. It's good defense. He forced the pass, and now Barrett in the mid-range. It's off. Rebound. That is what Finney Smith can do. Constantly been saying it all game long. Johnson. Step back 3 over Hartenstein. It's good. CJ. My goodness. Was that a 2? I thought that was a step back 3, but looks like it's a 2. 20 points for Cam Johnson. He is historically very good against the Knicks. Barrett tries to move Johnson. Body bump, created the space, and scored over the top. It's down to 14. So 5 or so minutes to play in the third. Cam Thomas. They're playing a bit of zone. Finney Smith back to Thomas. Gonna drive. That's a foul. It's gonna be waved off. It's on the floor. Shot clock resets from 11 to 14. We have another crack at it. Claxton returns. All right. Oh, that's a tip-in by Claxton. I don't even know what just happened there. I was just observing why Claxton got subbed off. They were having a bit of discussion about that on the broadcast. Randle, Finney Smith stays with him. Oh my God. Completely removed. Randle had 2 defenders in a blender. Not really. He had both of them on skates, should I say. They both thought that the pass was going out to Brunson. It looked like they were in sync. They were both running outward, and Randle saw the space open up under the basket. So 2 free throws for Randle. It's going to be Randle shooting a couple here. A pair. First is good. It's back up to 13. And so the second, Randle takes a deep breath, takes a dribble, and it rims out. Guess who's there for the fucking rebound? Randle. Look at the hustle by them. Fuck off, mate. Seriously, you could see from a mile away that Randle was chasing that one up. No one blocked him. Oh my God. Doing everything the hard way. You could even see Josh Hart just looking to wrestle that one away. Showing far more aggression. Far more aggression. Like, what is going on here? 2 players just guarding Hartenstein, watching. Hartenstein was completely removed from the rebound. Oh, for God's sake, man. Claxton wins the jump ball relatively easily, but it's not about the result. It's about the process. The process is all wrong. Bridges. Johnson. Top of the key. High screen Claxton. Johnson. Back to Claxton. We need to make something here. 5 to shoot. Johnson for 3 on the catch. It's off. Dorian Finney-Smith nearly got the board, but wasn't able to. Randle pushes the pace. Randle into the paint. Johnson, somehow it ricocheted off his body onto Brunson. And now Brunson, looking for a pass, he gets it back out to DiVincenzo. So we did well to get back there. DiVincenzo for three. It's off. Rebound Johnson. Come on. Push the pace. Push the pace. Johnson. Bounce pass. Bridges three in the corner. Yes! Timeout. Oh, for God's sake. It is ridiculous we are only down 10. I've said this like since the second quarter. It's a miracle. Alrighty. Let's have a look at the box score. My God. CJ is actually carrying right now. He's got 20. Cam Thomas with a neat 17 as well. My God. Crazy shit. Bro, what's with the Ted Lasso crew rocking up to the Barclays Center? Alrighty, so the Nets have sort of snuck back into the game. Bridges is up to 9. I don't give a shit, though, because he's on 3 of 16 shooting. The threes have sort of dried up a little bit in terms of output. The free throws have not gone up whatsoever. The turnovers have stopped, which is a good sign. The Knicks, well, they've got 22 from Randle and 5 threes and 8 rebounds from DiVincenzo. He's their equal top rebounder, which I think says a lot about the way this team have played. Of course, they are going to take Johnson to the bench as much as he's played really well. He's got to have a breather at some point, so it's Cam Thomas, Mikal, O'Neal, Finney-Smith, Claxton. Don't mind this team defensively. Don't mind it. Brunson, got Bridges on him. Tries to shake off Bridges. It's good defense. Shoots over the top and scores. I think Mikal had a little bit of indecision about whether to put the arm up or not. And Brunson scored and capitalized. Bridges, the drive, lost the ball, got it back out to O'Neal and now Thomas. The screen by Finney-Smith. The pull-up three was uncontested. He knocks it down. And Randle was playing drop coverage. It's down to 9. So we trailed by as much as 20. It is now somehow down. Brunson, the mid-range is off. Got to get the board. They somehow get the offensive rebound. Quickly in the corner. Rolls it back out. Randle. Step back 3 over Finney-Smith. Didn't get the lift. I live with the 3-pointers from Randle. And now the Nets can cut into the deficit further. Thomas. Alley-oop! Yes! Down to 7. I'm telling you, every Randle minute needs to be met with Finney-Smith playing on him in the run home. There's no excuses. No excuses. Josh Hart to Hartenstein. Drive on Thomas. The kick out to Brunson. They got 3 to shoot. Brunson in the mid-range over Claxton. It's good. And I think Clax needed to have a bit more situational awareness. 1 to shoot. He's got to close out. Granted, I think it was a good dribble package by Brunson to shake off the defender. Thomas, one-on-one with Josh Hart, gets into the paint, shoots over the top. It's a bad shot. O'Neal gets the board. Bridges 3. Oh, you knew it was off immediately. You knew he had put too much lift on it. Sometimes when you're more wide open, you actually have more time to think. Brunson, Randle, switch. Oh no, he's got Bridges on him. Spin move. Randle nearly lost the handle, got it back, put it up, scored for 2. As far as I'm concerned, we should not have been that easy in settling for the switch. Far too easy. O'Neal, The drive, the lob, that was not on. Bridges got it back. How did he get that layup up without a foul? Randle doubled and fouled, and that's a frustration foul. I don't understand how that's not a... Like, I don't know if that's just Mikal shooting some bullshit or what, but... Oh, the dump-off was there. He just needed to wrap it around to Claxton. Instead, he's gone with a crazy layup attempt, and at this stage, it seems like he's forcing it a little. He's 3 of 18, Mikal Bridges. Oh, God. In a game down 11, that is ultimately the shit that's got us into this 11-point hole. Randle, good defense by Doe. Back down. Blocked by Claxton. He batted it to O'Neal. Got a second piece of it. O'Neal in transition behind the back. Oh my God, he got blocked. And it's Knicks ball. Are you fucking serious, Royce? Oh, it does my head in, man. Another opportunity on the break where, because Royce O'Neal is actually worse than Ben Simmons on layup attempts, we get screwed over. It's like before, he had no interest in shooting a floater because he probably doesn't even practice them. He tried a lob to Claxton that was easily not there. Quickly. Screen. Quickly drives. The layup is good. Every day of the week, that is going to be made. We've got 2.2 to shoot. O'Neal shoots and airballs it, unsurprisingly. Might as well shoot those every single time instead of shooting layups because it comes with the same results. Airballs. It is 3/4 time. And, well, the Knicks scored 30 in that quarter. And I tell you what, it didn't really feel like they scored 30, but that's usually the signaling of a bad thing, right? We got outscored in the quarter by 4. And, yeah, it's like we have not been able to... Like, we've gotten it down to 4 every so often, but the Knicks have always gotten it back up. In that third quarter, we got it down to, like, 7 and have just blown it when we've had the opportunities to score the ball. Oh, my God. And the Mikal Bridges stats don't look like they're improving either, or have no sign of it. There's like no pulse. Randle's been to the line a fair bit. They're shooting the ball pretty well overall. Or sorry, no, they're not really. Pretty bang average shooting stats, but they're getting it done on the defensive side of the ball, man. We've said that for a minute one. They've set the precedent on that side. It's opened up a lot of transition points for them. DiVincenzo and Randle have been the 2 high men, which is something I don't think we could have anticipated pre-game, more so from the end of DiVincenzo. Cam Johnson is leading the way with Cam Thomas, scoring 20 each, but Mikal scoring 9 on that percentage has really gotten us in a rut. Like, you remove Mikal's shooting stats and we're nearly shooting at 50% from the field. Only the 8 free throw attempts as well, so the Knicks have been very disciplined with those contests at the rim. They haven't fouled for as much as we've attacked the paint. We're getting out rebounded by 6, but we still have the 12 offensive rebounds, so it's not a lack of heart in terms of the rebounding department. And we barely turn the ball over in the third quarter, so that's probably why we still hang around going into the final quarter. It's really that simple. All the damage was done in the first quarter, though. And we've been chasing tail yet again for the entirety of the quarter. Or the entirety of the game since the first quarter. So, yeah, that is the deal. Finney Smith only playing 15 minutes is actually a cardinal sin. He's been playing really well on Randle. I think he's really missing a trick here because he's starting the second half with Finney Smith and O'Neal on the court, yet Randle is on the bench. All right. 1 quarter to play, and Dinwiddie lets the ball roll a little bit. So the Knicks are playing that second quarter lineup that got us back into the game in the second quarter, where they don't have Brunson or Randle on the floor. Dinwiddie puts the head down, and he gets fouled by Gibson. How is that not on the shot? What the fuck is this bullshit? Look at the foul! It's on the gather! Where are you looking? Oh, that is absolutely ridiculous. He clearly picked up his dribble. That is a joke. Johnson. The foul. Bro, he got hacked severely. Or he didn't get hacked. He got well defended. Again, stop shooting the mid-ranges, bro. Johnson goes under the screen, allows the space, quickly hits the three. Simple shit. You don't need to overcomplicate things with the Knicks. That's what they've played, a simple game. And it works. O'Neal, Dinwiddie, high screen. That's a foul. And it's on Barrett. We got a long, long way back here. Looks like Bridges is going to check in with Thomas here. And it's going to require... Well, we're going to play the 5-out lineup again. We went to this in the last quarter of the Jazz game. It got us a few threes, but we could not defend for our life. So let's see what results it gives us. Thomas, 3 on the outside. It's off. And if you can't hit the threes, well, all of a sudden, the 5-out lineup becomes completely null and void. Barrett backs down Dinwiddie, shoots off the window. It's good defense. Forced a tough look. O'Neal, 3, took a dribble, shot it, was well long, and a rebound by Josh Hart. Oh my god. What sort of foul is that? Probably is a foul, but I just... Watching contact sports growing up, I just cannot, wrap my head around fouls being called for that soft bullshit. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe as well. We'll be back soon for another watch party in a couple of days' time. Good cut by Grimes, good reverse by Grimes, and he lost Cam Thomas. That's... Oh, fucking hell. He has been abysmal defensively, Cam. Bridges, Finney Smith, pump fake, drive, he lost the ball. Oh my god. It's actually depressing. Oh my god. It's actually hard to watch this team being so bad on defense. Grimes for 3, he's going to hit that. Yep. It's actually so depressing to watch a team be so fucking awful on defense. Seriously, man. Seriously. We went on a 6-game win streak, or 6 wins in 7, and we said at that stage... let me start again. We said at that stage... Is that sample size us being pretenders or what? Safe to say 100% it is an indication we were pretenders. We have conceded 98 points, and this has been a different way of conceding 98 points. It's probably been partially to do with our bad shot selection. Or not really, it has to do with a lot of our bad shots inside the arc, or good defense by the Knicks. They are showing what happens when defensively you're switched on. The amount of fast break points they have had, or I'll say fast break opportunities, because it's one thing to get the opportunity and it's another thing to actually seize the opportunity and take it. When we're on the break, we don't do that. When the Knicks go on the break and they have the extra number, they keep things simple, they disperse themselves across the court smartly, And it means that one player, one net, cannot efficiently guard two individuals. When we go on the break, we don't get the spacing right. It's always like very predictable we're going to try drive it. Most of the time, there's never anyone really darting to the corners. And if there is, it's always like the last player or two that sprint forward. Or sorry, retrieve the pass for the three-point attempt, and at which stage all the Knicks have gotten back. So we miss the trick of having a fast break opportunity in the first place, and we might as well not even force a turnover. Even Kobe said you can't win all the time. There's always another game tomorrow. Yeah, but I mean, there's another game in a couple of days, but what? It's going to be the same shit again. Because every single game we've been saying, well, you have to make an adjustment. There has not been an adjustment. It could have been a hell of a lot worse if Cam Johnson didn't decide to rock up today. And Cam Thomas, if you want to put him in the argument as well. We can't say it's Cam Johnson's fault now. We can say it's Mikal Bridges' fault. We can say it's the defense's fault. The number one issue with this team is defense. Let's just put the offensive side of the game aside. Let's see if we can make a late game run. I don't like the chances. Bridges does a spin cycle and then gets fouled by Barrett. It's going to be 2 free throws coming up. Oh, fucking hell. It is just going through the motions, man. You can't be telling me that this team should be continuously conceding 120 points. We're on track to do it again. They've got 9 minutes and 52 seconds to get 22 points. The way we're playing, you absolutely don't rule that out. Absolutely not. Bridges, second free throw is good. So 98-79. And it's a 19-point lead and we're full court pressing. The last time we've done this, it's out of bounds, I think. Travis Scott's in the building and it looks like there was a bit of spillage. Right? No. No, hang on. Quickly fell over. I thought he slipped on a already spilled drink. But it turns out that the spilled drink occurred as Quickly lost the ball. And it went right into the can of Travis Scott, who was sitting on the side. Love how we're getting multiple replays of the spillage because Iron Eagle loves talking about it. Wow, we've still got 9 minutes 40 left. So we've got 9:40 to play. It's going to take a comeback for the ages to win this game. It's going to take a fuck ton of turnovers, which we're not really... We aren't the team to force a lot of turnovers and get a lot of steals. It's going to take Bridges deciding to wake up. It's going to take us stopping the threes. How is it their ball, bro? Was that seriously called a foul? And they've cracked 100. They seriously called that a foul. Probably was, but I'm pretty sure they had already called something the other way. Finney Smith is open for 3. Oh my god. Another miss. Bro, if you can't score the 3 ball... If you can't score the 3 ball with a 5-man out lineup, good luck. You aren't winning. Down 22, getting absolutely smoked. And this is probably more indicative of how the game's gone. In the first half, we were down 9. And I was like, well, there's no way we should even be in this game. Finney Smith, down the middle, lost the ball, got it back. Didn't even think about shooting the three, or the layup, which was a problem. Finney Smith, gonna drive. Layup is fouled by Gibson. And it will be 2 shots. Gonna be another blowout, isn't it? I'm not even joking. Like, I think I remember when we had Cam Johnson and Claxton out, we were having this discussion of whether or not bringing those guys back into the mix was actually going to make our team better or worse. It probably made our team worse. Defensively, we actually were good. We were holding teams. Problem still existed, but... Oh, wow, that's a bad miss by Quentin Grimes for 3. O'Neal, pass to Johnson, Bridges 3 in transition, that's off. It's just like... There's no excuses for Mikal playing as badly as he has. You already know Hater Central, that Twitter account is absolutely going to feast on this. 3 of 19. That has to be one of the shittest stat lines I've seen. Hart, the step back 3, it's an air ball. Bro, they're shooting bad shots. You've got to capitalize on this at least. Finney Smith pull up 3, that's off. Oh my god. Final 8 minutes. Oh, Jesus Christ. And the 3s, which were our only thing that we probably could take away from the game in the first half, well, we don't have that advantage anymore. Bridges in the corner. The 3 is off again. How many 3s are you going to take and miss? Oh my god. It's just ridiculous. Another miss by Barrett. God damn. Dinwiddie. O'Neal for 3. How many 3s? This is actually baffling. We're playing a 5-man out lineup. I think we've taken 7 3-pointers and we have missed all of them in the last quarter. Oh, fucking hell. There has been a lot of open 3s as well. It's not actually down to the looks. We're getting a lot of looks. The players aren't good enough to hit the shots. Oh my god. It is just... I don't know what was worse. I think... Probably last game because we were in front. This game we haven't seemed like we've had a sniff for the vast majority. This says a hell of a lot though. Mikal Bridges, bro. 3 of 20. What are you doing? I don't think I've ever seen a stat line as bad from a net in my entire time of supporting this team. We saw a 26-point first quarter from Mikal Bridges against Orlando in the win streak. We have now seen the ultimate worst of him, having now gone 3 of 20 and scored 11 points. That is shocking. Just shocking. It does not help when your 2 wings off the bench are going 3 of 12 from 3. The only player that probably needed to play in order for us to get back into the game was Cam Thomas, even though he's been nearly a team worst plus minus. Yeah, it's bad. Trendon Watford in the first half only played 5 minutes and was a +7. We should have given him a chance. I mean, I'm not the advocate for Harry Giles. I wouldn't have been opposed to seeing Harry Giles get minutes. But then again, as I said last game, some people wanted Harry Giles to play. Dayron Sharp didn't even get minutes in this second half. So I really don't know if it's a coaching or a player issue. It's on JV to fix the problem. but it's on the players to execute. Just generally speaking. It's just like, I don't care what the scheme is, man. There's got to be better execution against better teams. Like, you got to recognize the opponent you're playing. It's not a shit Hornets team. It's not a shit Wizards team. It's not a shit Pistons team. It's none of them. You're playing good teams that are better than you in the standings. You can't afford to allow the looks you're allowing. And you can't afford to pass up the opportunity that's been presented to you in the sense that, like, we're getting open threes, we're getting open looks. Like, come on, man. We'll be lucky if we hit the 100-point mark again. And I think finally we're witnessing probably the realistic expectations for a Nets offense this season. Although I didn't anticipate us to have this many points when Hartenstein's got the ball there. I didn't anticipate us to have 81 points when Mikal is shooting 3 of 20. I think we're probably achieving overs. Typical for Hartenstein there. We got 3 players under the basket. O'Neal had it, and Hartenstein just wrestled it back. It's that aggression, that energy that they've had all game long. It just shows in their defense, in their knack to get offensive rebounds. Their guards are doing it. Everyone's buying into it. Bridges with the steal. Oh my god, he lost the ball, and it's a foul on Josh Hart. That I don't even think was a foul. I don't think that was a foul. Even there you're seeing Bridges just completely lose the ability to do anything on that break. Josh Hart was with him every step of the way. Oh, it's just, don't get it. Randle's back into the game. They've done all this without Brunson and Randle. They're now both back in the game. It's rough. You can see, like, look at the Knicks. They've gotten 23 points from DiVincenzo, who was playing on the bench. They've now started him. We had Finney-Smith playing well in the starting lineup, and we benched him. You had to make players earn your spot back. I don't think there's been enough accountability in this losing streak here. Hartenstein, Hart back out to quickly. Screen set, now the switch. Quickly, pass to Hartenstein in the post. Claxton comes over to help. Hart puts one up. Why would you foul? Oh, fuck me. 0.4 on the clock and you commit a foul. That is as bad as the Royce O'Neal 3 against Golden State that he, like, basically as the buzzer was sounding, he fouled Wiggins in the corner. The whistle was equally bad, but that is just an atrocious decision. Who the fuck fouled him at that time? Oh my god. Did the Nets have back-to-back games? Well, they look like they've had back-to-back games. They're playing incredibly lethargic for a team who had a night off. My god. Bridges off the window. Finally. A field goal. Why was DFS not in to start the second half after seeing what was going on? Just pathetic. That's what I was saying. 1 of 10 we are from the field in this quarter when we needed to get back into the game. Wow, Claxton just blocked a mid-range by Brunson. O'Neal skip pass to Dinwiddie. That was the wrong man, but Bridges is open in the other corner, and he fucking fumbled it. Are you kidding me? Bro, we had an open look again. Bridges open on the wing, and he fumbled the ball and bounced it on the sideline. Oh, fucking hell. He has been hideous tonight. Just atrocious. They have not even played well in the last quarter. They've shot at 36%, and that's a foul on Dinwiddie. We had multiple bodies in the paint, and of course, we can't do what the Knicks have done. We can't be disciplined. We've got to commit a foul. Oh my god. I actually think that having more people healthy has been the problem. I think the bench as well has lacked a little bit because we've only really had wings that are playable on the bench. Like, yeah, it's like I think more choice, being spoilt for choice has been the big issue. But like we don't have Dennis. Granted, I don't think that was the issue tonight because the guards for the Knicks haven't been that good. I mean, I don't think we were going to put Dennis on DiVincenzo because we would have signaled Brunson to be the main problem. But the problem tonight was the size. We didn't have enough. Finney Smith was staring at you on the bench as an option as he hits that three-pointer. And you just completely neglect the idea to keep giving up points to Randle, to keep giving up fast break opportunities. We bring in Wilson and Watford. 3 in the corner for Quickly. That is just... I don't even understand what the point of this is. You're not cutting off the passes. You're just letting them get open threes. Like, that shot is partially blocked by Quickly. I'm not even exaggerating. Quickly, again off balance. Oh my god. Bro, he was like horizontal with the ground, parallel with the ground, and he knocked it down, then got hit with a technical. I have no idea what for, and they're celebrating. And that actually grinds my gears. Shooting incredibly off-balance threes and knocking it down. And the free throws off as well. It's actually embarrassing. It's actually embarrassing, dude. Like, it's actually embarrassing. It's been more the offense tonight. I mean, 88 points to this stage of the game isn't going to cut it, but like, Mikal Bridges ultimately was the problem on the offensive side, but defense still shit. Oh! What the fuck was that dunk? Finney Smith put Hartenstein on a poster. Bit late for that. It's a 21-point deficit, mate. It's a shame that that wasn't occurring at a stage of the game where it was more meaningful. Easy floater for Brunson. O'Neal to Finney Smith. Back to O'Neal. Another three-pointer that's short again. How many threes are we going to take, man? Quickly maneuvers through. He's going to roll it back out to Josh Hart, who's going to bounce past it to Randle. And he is going to... Like, that's good defense by Finney Smith. Randle just too good, too strong. Just the better player in that scenario. I think we're going to get a timeout. I tell you what, if there is not discussions post-game to this group, a proper grilling, then I don't know what is. If you can tolerate being made a mockery out of, like, seriously, show a little bit of toughness. Show a little bit of, what's the word? Tenacity. Show a little bit of heart. Because right now, like, we're lacking a little bit of fire about ourselves. There's no one that's really getting that. There's no one that looks angry they're down 25. They look more depressed. More like resigned to the fact that they've lost by 25. Show a little bit of like you care. I'm sure there's definitely discussions in the locker room. I'm not putting it down to us missing players because we've had a day of break. Mikal should not be playing that badly. It's not like there has been like that. They are making a mockery out of us. They are toying with us. They are taking the piss, really. That's an airball 3. We're just actually making it worse for ourselves. Just give Jalen Wilson some minutes in meaningful time. I actually don't know why we didn't fall back onto him earlier in the game as well. It's just like, it is crazy. We're actually going to concede another 120 points. Can't believe it as well. Granted, we could have conceded 105 points and we wouldn't have won today. But, bro, like, come on. 23 points down to the Knicks, bro. JV has got a lot of thinking to do. We play Denver in a couple of days. We will be here for it. So if you want to subscribe and stay tuned for my next commentary, then subscribe. We're nearly at 1900, but far out, man. If you don't have some tough conversations at the conclusion of this final quarter, then we're never going to go far because seriously, down 24 and it's like a lot of shots could have gone down, but it's got to start with your identity. And if your identity is this, mate, we've got a long, long way to go to being an actual competitive, well, a competitive team against really good opposition. Because we can be competitive against worse off opposition, but against the good teams, more often than not, we get showed up. We get shown up. Dayron with a putback 2. And these final 3 minutes, I hope, go relatively quickly. They're getting some subs ready off the bench for the Knicks. Like, I refuse to believe this team is that bad that we're shipping off 120 points repetitively. It's like, how are we this shit against good opposition defensively? It is just, I cannot wrap my head around it. He's got some serious work to do between this game and the next. And my God, am I ready to hear the press conferences? Because last game, Mikal Bridges said I haven't been good enough. So this game, I'm very interested to see what he says because it's been even worse. Who are they going to get into the presser room when it comes to a player perspective? Quickly missed both free throws there. Who's going to be the guy that has to be the scapegoat and face the music? Very interested to see. Giles misses a mid-range. Dayron there for the putback. Missed it. Got it back again. Another block. And it's going to be free throws. Is that Obi Toppin's brother? I think it's Jacob. No, that's Jeffries. But I did see a Toppin on the box score. So I wonder if it is Obi Toppin's brother. But yeah, like, there's only gonna it's gonna come to a certain point where eventually the offense normalizes and goes back to what it was. The defense has to normalize. I think you have to go back to what you were doing last year. It's like, I cannot wrap my head around how a team with all these good defenders, I don't give a fuck about the rebounding, seriously. Because we give away offensive rebounds anyway when we have 4 players under the basket. So, just tell them to be better rebounders. Crash the glass, but defend the switch. Your centers would have to have more responsibility. You tell the centers, you're going to be guarding on the perimeter, but you've equally got to help your teammates out under the basket that are severely undersized. It's like, it's a game of give and take. It's a game of, like, what are you willing to sacrifice in order to get something else? And what we're sacrificing to get something else, we're not getting the something else. We're just sacrificing a lot for nothing. So that's the real situation we're dealing with right now. That's a runner by God knows who Jeffries is. But that is yet again another game in the books now where we have conceded 120 points. Ridiculous. Wilson for 3. That's off. Rebound Knicks. Archidiakono gets it ahead. Another shot off the glass. It's blocked by Harry Giles. We got 1 minute 14 to play. Let us know in chat. We'll be doing a short post game. Let me know what is the biggest issue for you, and I want to hear why. I want to hear what is. So a 2-part question. What is the problem? And why is it the problem? Why is it the problem? That is what I pose to you right now. What is the problem and why is it the problem? Watford scores for 2. We crack 100 points. Woohoo. Mate. Start the fireworks. We've scored 100 points. But we've conceded 120 again. At least we're consistent. I mean, people can't say that we're not consistent. We are. Consistently conceding 120. Like, I mean, consistency is key, right? And if you want to lose a lot, conceding 120 points consistently, well, that's going to get you a ton of losses consistently, right? So, it's key. But yeah, we're going to get a jump ball. There was a tie-up between Hart and Wilson. It's going to be a jump ball, but 28 seconds to play. And from my perspective, do I need to start wearing my Nets jerseys again? Because I've worn like the t-shirts, the Nets t-shirts from Crossover. I think that's the brand. They're going to win this one, 121-102. I'm going to read your answers as I check the box score as well. The Knicks blow out the Brooklyn Nets. Let's have a look. Okay. Dear Lord, I've missed so much. You have not. You have not missed a lot at all. The game's done. We are 1-13 when we allow 120 points this season. The big concern is we've only played 27 games of basketball, and we've already had 14 games of conceding 120. That is just absolutely diabolical. Just diabolical. Another 30-point quarter conceded in that last quarter. How many points did we have with 77 at three-quarter time? 25 in the last. Got outscored by 10 in the last, or in the second half. Game was well and truly done long ago. Let's have a look at the box score. Now, the plus was Cam Johnson probably had his highest scoring game in about 10 games. The problem was Mikal Bridges had his worst shooting performance in a Nets uniform. He was 4 of 21 and 1 of 8 from 3. O'Neal was 2 of 10 from 3. And honestly, I think it was because Mikal Bridges was shooting it that badly that I just completely forgot Royce O'Neal was shooting it that garbage. I think he made his 2 of his first 4 shots in the second quarter. So for him to end 2 of 11 from the field, that is just garbage. Even though he had the 7 dimes, a team high. Day'Ron Sharpe had 15 rebounds and 9 offensive. That's pretty crazy for a bloke who played 18 minutes. So 9 and 15 for Day'Ron. Finney Smith needs to start next game. I don't care how shit 10 points looks on the box score. I actually don't think he was that awful. Cam Johnson wasn't shit though, and I think he's just played himself into starting again, which is inevitably going to be shit for our defense. We said pre-game our 5-man starting lineup was a 125 on defensive rating when it comes to defensive rating, and I guarantee it's probably been beefed up or worsened. We only had 37 makes, shot the 3 abysmally in the second half, because I think we were 10 of 22 at halftime. We went 5 of 25 after halftime. That is horrible. Horrible. Cam Thomas was efficient, but it doesn't count for much when you have no one score more than 20 points. We had 17 offensive rebounds. A lot of those, granted, I think were meaningless. We had only 11 turnovers as well. It was good defense and terrible offense by us. The defense also sucked. It was so shit. Look at the shot chart, man. You can just see the amount of X's dominating those shots in the paint. The 3-pointers above the break were just, I mean, how many misses there? The only successful spot was this corner here, where it looks like we made about 6 of 8 or 7 of 9 or something like that. But outside of that, it was pretty dire. And then from a Nic perspective, Randle went 9 of 20, and honestly, it felt like he was far more impactful than that. I mean, he probably was, because he was a plus 27. Brunson only scored 16. Usually he'd torch us. Dante DiVincenzo with 23, and he had 8 rebounds. So, as I said before, I think that says a lot about the energy they rocked up to the venue with. You had their guards soaring in for offensive rebounds. Josh Hart ended with 13 rebounds as well to go with 10 points, and quickly was torching us from the outside. Granted, he usually does that. They didn't shoot the ball that great. They had more free throws. The 3-point percentage was shot more efficiently. They had far more makes. And the rebounding edge, well, amazingly enough, despite us shooting it so badly, we only got out-rebounded by 5. We still forced the same amount of turnovers. It just begs the question, how did we lose this game? Well, it was because of the amount of shots we took and the amount of misses that were there. It's really that simple if I dumb it down. And if we go to a team comparison here, you can see, I mean, we had more threes, we had far less free throws made, had more offensive rebounds, same amount of dimes. Turnovers were very similar. You just see the shooting splits, the difference. It is incredibly different. And ultimately, when you have players like Mikal Bridges not shooting the ball well, it's not going to matter whether Cam Thomas shoots the ball well, whether Cam Johnson shoots the ball well, because Mikal took the most shots today and he had 4 makes. For context, if we go back to the summary and we go to New York, we look at the summary. RJ Barrett only took 11 shots, scored 14. He had 10 less shots than Mikal Bridges, had 7 less 3-point attempts than Mikal Bridges, yet scored 3 more points because he had 1 extra field goal made. That is just incredibly difficult to fathom. Too much defensive talent on this team for this garbage. The biggest issue is the coaching, and also because Lonnie and Dennis are out. I think, yeah, it's a combination of all those things. Drop coverage isn't working either. It should only be used at times and in certain situations. It was just really dire watching today. I'm just going to end the stream there because I think it's best off we just forget that this game even happened. And these 2.5 hours I will never get back, unfortunately. But yeah, we will play Denver next. We are, oh my God, it could be a 5-game losing streak after winning 6 on the trot just before the West Coast road trip. So what a topsy-turvy kind of season. We'll play Denver. We play the Pistons for 2 games after that. God, I don't even want to know what the results of those games could be. But we will see you back in a couple of days for Nets Denver. Make sure to stay safe in this period of time. Obviously, the season of giving. So make sure to be good, stay safe. We will see you back in 48 hours. Hopefully, a much better game that I can actually get invested in. But yeah, that'll do it. Thank you for tuning in. Have a good one. We'll see you soon. And bye for now.